What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming stimulus and infrastructure packages, as well as what is going on in the world today. We actually just had some brand new stimulus checks just announced for some people, and more on the way. We're going to get into that in this video, as well as the negotiations over the fourth stimulus check package and the infrastructure package, as well as some breaking news of what has been going on in the United States over the last 24 hours that you might not have even heard of. Don't forget to hit the like button for us, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. Also, this is an important video. Make sure to watch all the way to the end of this video so you understand about these different stimulus checks coming out, the qualifications. You might need to apply for some of these. So this is one of those videos you want to watch all the way to the end so you understand the details of what is coming out in the near future. Okay, first up, the United States is somewhat under attack on two different fronts. Well, let me just show you. As you can see here, the U.S. Navy fired 30 warning shots after Iranian boats were harassing U.S. Navy ships. As you can see here, the U.S. Navy on Monday was forced to fire warning shots several different times after a group of 13 Iranian ships harassed American vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, the largest such encounter in more than a year, the top Pentagon spokesperson says. Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy speedboats armed with machine guns, quote, conducted unsafe and unprofessional maneuvers and were approaching U.S. ships at a, quote, very fast speed as the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard boats were escorting the submarine, the USS Georgia, as it was transiting on the surface towards the Persian Gulf. Quote, it's certainly more boats than we've seen in the recent past. It is significant, and that it occurred in the Strait, an international choke point waterway, that is too significant, and they were acting very aggressively. In addition to this, the U.S. is fighting off another. Well, let me show you this one. The U.S. has been fighting for days a hack that has shut down a major U.S. pipeline on the east coast of the United States that runs through almost a dozen different states and provides up to, the oil company itself provides up to 45% of the U.S.'s oil supply of the eastern United States is currently shut down because of a ransomware hack that is still affecting the pipeline right now. As you can see here, the FBI confirmed on Monday that the hacking group DarkSide was responsible for the ransomware attack that closed a U.S. pipeline, providing the East Coast with nearly half of its gasoline and jet fuel. The Biden administration is expected to announce an executive order in the coming days to strengthen America's cyber defense infrastructure. And the pipeline hackers say, don't worry, that they don't want mayhem, they only want money. Like, yeah, right, bro. Like, you guys better hope that they don't find you, because if they do, you're in serious trouble. This is a national emergency. Is raising gas prices already on the East Coast, and they're saying that these type of incidences are becoming more and more frequent as we're in more and more of a cyber day and age, and almost everything in the United States, including pipelines, are run by computer security systems. Let me know your thoughts on this, and where do we go in the future, and will this type of stuff happen frequently? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Next up, negotiations over the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, and the next physical infrastructure package, the American Jobs Plan, which will create millions of jobs, the White House says, are both under big negotiations right now to decide how they can pass it. Can the Democrats pass either of these bills with the Republicans and pass it quicker with Republican support? Or do they going to have to pass it through the good old budgetary reconciliation process, which is how they passed the third stimulus check package? And what are they going to do? What are they going to include? Are they going to include a fourth stimulus check for everybody in there? Are they going to include a monthly stimulus check for everybody? Yeah, all that is being negotiated right now. Are they going to raise the Social Security by $200 to $279 per month or more? We have two or three different bills for that. Are they going to raise Medicare and include these additional coverages that they're talking about to include free hearing, free dental, free vision coverage, and 2 years of free college, 2 years of free preschool? All that is up for negotiation right now on the next stimulus package and the next physical infrastructure package. In fact, President Biden is also negotiating among his own people, the Democrats, as yesterday he met with Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, who has long been one of the thorn in the sides of the Democratic caucus. And ultimately, good old Joe Manchin ends up voting with the Democrats. He did that with the third stimulus check package. He kind of likes to be a showboat and up until the last moment say, well, I don't know about this detail and I don't know about that detail, but ultimately he ends up voting with the Democrats every time. He did so with the third stimulus check package. The Democrats passed that on their own without a single Republican vote, and will likely do so with the next stimulus package as well. And if so, it's kind of like back the truck up and put everything in there that the Democrats want. Within reason, as long as they can get all the Democratic votes. Well, Senator Joe Manchin just met with President Biden as President Biden's already trying to shore up his support for these next two packages. In fact, here is Senator Joe Manchin from yesterday, right after he met with the president.
Did you reiterate to him your position on not being so comfortable with the 28% corporate tax rate? Did that come up?
Well, we didn't talk specifics. He understands, and he's up on everything. Trust me, he knows what's going on. Let's put it. He's well versed in what's going on, and he understands. He just thinks that we want to make sure we're all basically wanting something good to happen for our country.
Did he talk about what order?
The need for a smaller package?
We didn't talk about any of this.
Did he
The
talk
size
about
of the package, no dollar amount came up?
He wants it. He just knows there's a lot of need out there, and he wants to make sure we meet that need. It wasn't that he had a drop dead figure or any of that. He's put his plan out there, and I think in good faith we start working and finding out through a process where it goes into the committee, comes to the floor with amendments, and see what we end up with.
Do you have any concerns that those need to be financed? Things like elder care, child care, do those need to be fully paid for?
We talk about basically, are we going to do one, do two, or do three? Things of that sort. Making sure that we look at things that need to be done in traditional and human infrastructure, things of that sort.
Your personal preference?
Did he express a preference for doing one big package or two or three?
No, we didn't talk. He just wants to get things accomplished. He really, I'm telling you, his heart of hearts, he's all about let's be fair and move this country forward.
So, Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia actually had some very good things to say, it sounded like, about President Biden in this next package. He said that President Biden just wants to do what's fair for the country and do what's good for the country. And he said something along the lines of, we know we need more, and these next two packages will do that. Honestly, very good news from Senator Joe Manchin there, because we need his vote. Or, yeah, anybody needs his vote to get these next two packages passed. As the Democrats, if they pass it on their own, they'll need every single Democrat in the Senate to pass this bill, physical infrastructure package and the next stimulus package. It sounds like Senator Joe Manchin's on board, but don't mistake anything. I expect him to kind of grandstand a little bit, kind of like be the star of the show right up until the end, just like he did with the third stimulus check package. And he'll probably negotiate a few details right until the last moment and then probably side with the Democrats for these next two packages. Now, while we're waiting for the fourth stimulus check package, and they're pushing for a fourth stimulus check in that package, monthly stimulus checks in that package, they're pushing for Social Security increases, Medicare increases, an extension of the child tax credits, which is $250 to $300 per month stimulus checks for children, and the parent who claims them as a dependent. It's already passed for 1 year, but they want to pass it now until 2025 or later. While we're waiting on them to pass that, we're now starting to see states, cities, and counties pass their own stimulus checks. Yes, that's right. And there are going to be a lot more of these coming out in the near future. Some maybe this week or next week, and some coming out after that. I'm actually surprised to see that we're already seeing some of these state and city county-wide stimulus checks announced. In fact, this is because states and cities and counties are now receiving or now starting to receive $350 billion from the third stimulus check package that was passed in March. They're going to be just starting to send this money out. All 50 states will be receiving this money. As you can see here, of the $350 billion total, state governments and the District of Columbia will receive $195 billion. That's billion with a B, not like Mitch with an M. Counties will receive $65 billion, your state counties, and cities will receive $45 billion, again with a B, and tribal governments and territories will receive just under $25 billion. Additionally, state governments will receive their funding in either one or two payments based on their respective unemployment rates. States that have experienced a net increase of their unemployment rate of more than 2% since February of 2020 to the latest available data will receive their funds in a single payment. All other states will receive their funding in two different payments. All right, so just to break that down, all 50 states are going to be receiving billions of dollars. It's based on your population. So California is going to get more than, well, every other state because they're the largest state. But it's the same amount per person or per state based on population, if that makes sense, okay? There's a new provision in here that says the states need to spend more of this money on you guys, on programs like stimulus checks, mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, and all other sorts of creative programs that they're going to come up with. Each state will be allowed to kind of decide how they're going to spend it, but they have to spend a certain portion of it on you guys on portions like this. There'll be all sorts of different type of programs, and yes, your state is getting money. All states are getting money. We've been going over this over the last 24 hours as it's real hot news, and I always get every comment I see in the comment section is, but our state will never do it. They're going to line their pockets, and our governor's the greediest governor. And don't worry, guys, I've seen that about for pretty much all 50 states. Yeah, I get it. Nobody likes the government. It is what it is. But regardless, all 50 states are getting money. They have to spend some of this money on you guys through these different type of programs. And in fact, even though the states haven't gotten this money yet, we're already seeing some programs being announced, including new stimulus checks. So here are the first couple that I've seen. Number one, North Carolina is reopening their $335 stimulus check to parents. As you can see here, parents in North Carolina who didn't already receive a $335 check to help offset the cost of remote learning for their kids still have time to apply for the money. The deadline to apply for this is May 31st. People are eligible if they had a child under the age of 16 in 2019 and lived in North Carolina. If you want to go to it, go to this website, which is ncdor.gov/extra credit. Just maybe pause the video here and write this down to apply for the $335 checks. In addition to that, North Carolina has also proposed an additional plan as part of using the stimulus money. As you can see here, North Carolina parents could see another round of money from their government this year. A preliminary House bill draft obtained by the News and Observer shows a plan to give North Carolina parents $1,000 to $3,000 to spend on future costs to help their school-aged kids avoid learning loss as a result of the pandemic. This one does not look like it's passed yet, but could be passed in the near future. I will keep you up to date. Now, this is just North Carolina, and this is just this state. Let's move on to the next state. This is a really big one. This one will actually affect over 25 million people will end up getting stimulus checks from this program. and that is the California Golden State Stimulus Program. This is now being expanded to many, many more people. This was passed before, just actually a couple months ago, and was $600 to about 5 or 6 million people in California that were just low income residents of California. They're now proposing this to send this check to 2/3 of Californians or even more, which is going to be about 25 to 30 million people in California, will get a one-time $600 stimulus checks. And if you have children, you'll get an additional $500 for $1,100 stimulus check coming from the state of California. Yeah, really big news. We're going to see this for a whole bunch of other states. Here is the California governor with breaking news.
I'm about to make an announcement no other governor in California history has ever made, and I would argue no governor in American history has ever made. Today, we're announcing a $75.7 billion budget surplus. I'll repeat that because only 3 people apparently heard it. This time last year, we announced a $54.3 billion projected shortfall. Today, we are announcing a projected $75.7 billion budget surplus. It's a remarkable turnaround. We talked about California coming back. I made the point at the State of the State a number of months ago, California is not coming back. California is going to come roaring back. $75.7 billion operating budget surplus. An additional $26 billion will be coming from the federal government. We are now in a position to roll out a $100+ billion comeback plan in the state of California. And the first announcement in that plan we're announcing today, and that's immediate relief to millions and millions of taxpayers, millions and millions of Californians. Today, we're announcing $12 billion tax rebate to the people of the state of California earning up to $75,000. Let me put that in perspective. That tax rebate will impact just shy of 80% of all tax filers will get a direct stimulus check, will get a direct relief payment because of this announcement. 2/3 of all Californians will benefit from this stimulus. That's roughly $12 billion, let me be specific, $11.9 billion when you add, as Senator Skinner said, to the stimulus, the round 1 stimulus that we put out a number of months ago.
So, absolutely amazing news. This is going to be for like 25, 30 million people in California alone. The New York or the new North Carolina program, again, just new information I just got. This is going to be coming to all 50 states. Programs like this, okay? So I see your comments. Remember, remain positive, okay? Because there's always 2 type of people that watch my channel. There's type of people that say the second stimulus check will never happen. I had that for months on my channel, and then the second stimulus check happened. And then for months on my channel, I had people say the third stimulus check will never happen. And now I get not as many people now that they've passed 3 different stimulus checks and they're working on the 4th one. I get people to say, the 4th stimulus check will never happen. Why do you listen to this guy? And I'm thinking, yeah, you're the type of person that said the second one wouldn't happen, and the 3rd one wouldn't happen, and the 4th one wouldn't happen. And now I get everybody saying that the state stimulus checks won't happen. Our state will never do it. Minnesota, Kentucky, the Illinois governor will never do it. The Montana governor will never do it. Don't worry, guys. All 50 states are getting money. And in fact, it's very likely that your state actually passed programs like this, stimulus checks or mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance in the past, and you just didn't know about it, okay? A lot of these programs, like that North Carolina one we just seen, you have to actually go to a website and apply for it, okay? In regards to the California one, you have to file a tax return. So if you don't file a tax return and you didn't know about the program, you might just miss out. Some of these programs are going to be for people with parents. Some of these programs are going to be for low-income people. Some of these programs are going to be for low and middle-income people. Some of these programs are going to have different qualifications that we can't even think of yet. But regardless, all 50 states are getting money, and they have to use a percentage of the money on programs like this. I showed this a little bit in my last video. These are my notes from last year of all the states and counties and stimulus that were doing it last year. Ohio, Michigan, Montana, Miami, Arizona, Texas, Oregon, New York, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Des Moines, Iowa, Missouri, Orlando, Maine, Oklahoma, Detroit, Maryland, Las Vegas. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, there's literally just dozens, and Florida. I mean, there's dozens, New York City, dozens and dozens of programs that were for either stimulus checks or mortgage assistance or rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance. Sometimes they were debit cards, sometimes they were multiple different stimulus programs. Some of these were, I mean, Santa Cruz, California, $5,000 rental assistance program here. Miami, Florida, $250 gift cards. And guess what? If you didn't apply for it, you might not have got it. You might not have known about these programs. Iowa, $3,000 to $3,600 per person. Okay, there is so many of these programs that have been done last year. But if you didn't watch a specific episode of mine or you weren't a subscriber back then, you might not have known about it. Well, guess what? There's more money coming this time around, more money going to states, and they have to spend more money of it on you guys. So this is going to be really big news, okay? And remember, a lot of these programs you're going to have to apply for. You're going to have to go to a website and just put your name and your information in. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below. Join our community so you don't miss out on new videos. Completely free to subscribe. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications for these videos at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss any episodes. Share this video with your family and friends. There's a share button down below so that they know about these programs as well as the fourth stimulus check package coming out, what's going to be in there, when we're going to receive that, along with all these state and county-wide programs. There's going to be a lot coming out. And I'm not saying it's going to come out tomorrow, although we're already seeing some states announce this. But this news is going to start to come in day by day, week by week. And I'm going to let you guys know about all these different programs. I'm here to help you out as much as possible. So join our community, subscribe, don't miss any episodes. I'll keep you up to date on all the breaking news regarding stimulus and also what's going on in our country today. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about the proposed Social Security raises to increase Social Security benefits by several $100s per month. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.